Hi, my name is Ali Hart, and here are a few ways you could make your art more meaningful. I am working from my home today, and we're going to go through basically ways that you can, before you put pen to paper, before you put brush to canvas, there's ways that you can get yourself involved in your self-talk. And then I'm going to give you some direction and then ideas for paintings you maybe already have or paintings you'd like to make. I am 16 years a professional artist. I love reminding you that you can do this, and I love letting you into my world. This is my home space. I've got some spaces pieces here to the left, but I want to get straight in and just say that I also have my new course, which is how to paint loose. It's a master foundation. I've been so bad at promoting it, but you guys have been lapping it up. Please use the code below and you can get that for 10% off this Christmas. 2 hours me teaching you how to paint loose. I predominantly paint abstract paintings, and whenever I put them onto my channel for you, you lap up all the abstract work. I think for the majority of you that are here, you love the idea of making abstract, but you're not too sure about it. So a lot of what I'm going to talk about today is based around your next abstract painting, not physically how to make it. You can go back to a few of my lives to see me making live abstract work. We'll get there, but I want to talk a little bit around that and how you can start that. Whether you don't like abstract and you want to keep it landscape and flowers and still life and painting animals, then this is still applicable to you. Okay, use your a diary, use a piece of paper like so to do a brain dump. I talk about that quite a lot and it is so useful. So first of all, do a brain dump, clear out whatever's in your brain. I will show you my notebook here, which has basically my recent brain dump on it. And you cannot read anything that I've written. That's not the point of this exercise. The point of the exercise is to clear space in your head, in your life, in your busyness, even just for 3 pages. It's called in the artist's way, and they call it morning pages. It's a bit like that. I talk a lot about grief in the work that I do as well. So in terms of grief, it's really good to do a brain dump. Anytime you do it, you're just letting creativity fill the space that you're taking all the clunkiness out of, okay? It can be anything. It can be all about the washing, it can be about the weather, it can be one word over and over again. Give it a go. Then what I want you to do is to take a little page and do like a little mind map. I'm looking around here because I basically have them everywhere. So I do mind maps for every part of my business. So because I'm on social media, because I sell paintings, because I sell internationally, because we run ads. Well, I've none running at the minute, but they're coming back. There's a lot of different parts to my life, and yours will be the same. So doing a little mind map for those parts then organizes everything. So even though we're not the most organized people, and you don't have to be here, that's not why you're here. You're here to improve your creativity. But doing a mind map, what that does is that gives you a little bit of direction because you can decide whether you want to do those still life, whether you want to go back to the flowers that you painted before. Use my demos. There's a ton of them. The most viral ones are the flower paintings that we do in 20 minutes. Give it a go. But whenever you're writing down about that little mind map, you can have little blocks. You can have the color that you love. You can have your the palette that you love. You can have the subject matter, so you can decide if you want to do it about. So for me right now, mine's all about grandmothers. So grandmothers was I was on a residency in Portugal, and I kept drawing these old ladies. And whenever I was drawing the old ladies, I was kind of obsessed with them. So I was finding them everywhere in the town, and I was using Indian ink. There's an Indian ink tutorial on here too. And I was putting them down on paper. So grandmothers would be one of the things that I would put on here. Then I would also say purple because lilac was just something. I love the color lilac, but my grandmother, I associated that with color with her. The other thing that kept coming up about the grandmothers was handbags. So that would be another bit. And you might think, what is she talking about? But what I'm doing, especially for abstract art, is we are planting the seeds so you actually get meaning into your painting. It is so important that you actually turn up to the canvas as your most creative self. And we want you to add meaning and for there to be a connection for you. So then there's a connection with your audience. Art is connection. So this one here behind, This one, the big one with the arches, it was in a series called Her. So I knew I wanted gold. So that was one of my little mind maps was gold paint because I wanted to celebrate her and I wanted her to feel like gold. And I really do support women. I have three boys and a husband in my house, and the only females are myself, my cat, and my dog. So this whole series was about celebrating her, celebrating females, and I wanted there to be like birthday cakes in it. So that was another thing about celebrating years and years and years. My dad died when I was 7. I feel getting old is a privilege. You can see why I go back to grandmothers. I'm a little bit obsessed with them. But that's another thing to do. So you get your brain dump out of the way, then get your mind map. And before we go on to the very practical bit next, I want to just say how you talk to yourself, how you show up every day, how you dress, how you move, how you stand, the way you write, the way you talk about people, how you text people. All of that is what actually feeds into your creativity and it supports you, the people you hang about with. Like all of these things will bring you more towards yourself. And I want you to be your most creative self when you show up here and I want you to enjoy it. Art is to be enjoyed. Okay, so practical ways for you if you really don't want to do abstract art and you're like, what is she talking about? Go for an animal. So for me, this one here, I painted for my sister-in-law actually, and it was to do with Aslan. So that was linked for like a religion connection, and that made it more meaningful. I also then would have sold that or given those to kids at parties. Sorry, my utility room is also part of my home office. Ever the professional. And whenever kids would come to workshops, the lion, that idea of safety and Narnia, it was all a very lovely connection. Then we have the likes of this. I was at my cousin's wedding, and you might be going to someone's wedding, or you might know someone who just got married and they live really far away. And you can, from a photo, you can paint them a little picture. So that was for my little cousin who got married. I still need to get that to her. Then we have charity. So this is slightly different, but a number of you would ask me often about, should I give something as a raffle? Should I get it? Be really careful and make sure that anybody from the start, even if you're just amateur and you're working towards professional, or you just do it because you love it, just make sure whatever charity you're aligned with is working for you. This one, I sold this print and gave 20% of the, not of the profits, 20% of each sale to the Children's Heartbeat Trust. And I have a heart defect myself. My dad died of a heart defect. So this is very much in line with me. So there's a connection. Then we have this, which is my most exciting to talk about, which is last week I had my first solo exhibition in a while. I am 20 years since I finished my master's and I did a lot of performance work. You'll see why I do abstract art. It's very much in my soul, but I want there to be a connection with my audience. At the show, I've been writing poetry quite a lot. So the poetry was playing on the laptop that I'm recording on now. But on the floor, I had this piece of paper and I asked people to write 5 words that they associated with their grandmother. And I had 100 people in my exhibition, and so many people took part. That was my way of using my art to connect with them, and it was beautiful. I actually haven't got to read them. And then I realized when I got the photos back that my beautiful mummy was down, her poor knees on the floor. I probably should have put it up higher, but she was writing about her grandmother, and that makes me want to cry because that means my mum, who would love me to be painting pretty pictures of landscapes. Sorry, mum, but we all know it's true because it makes most sense for people. She supports my art and she got down on her knees and wrote that. So that was connection. It was bringing my audience into my world. So there was a connection. It's not just a pretty picture. It's not just a wee granny. It's got connection. It's got meaning. Now we go on to a little abstract. This one is called I Have a Soft Spot for You. The other one that I wanted to tell you about was called First Love because immediately I'm thinking about it's the same color palette as this. That's why I'm going to use it. First Love is like exciting, neon, it's whimsical. There's little scrapings in it, which is what we do. We carve in little trees, very romantic. So that's another way of connecting with the title of your painting. And that's the last one. This one is I wear your sweater. And this is to think about the texture of sweaters, the texture of coziness, and that softness of wool, and then also just the line and the romantic side of that too. So there is a few ways that you can connect. There are loads more. There's really obvious ones, but you're here on my channel because you like the crazy. And we don't do things straight and narrow like this. Your path is different from mine, but if I can help you in any way to add meaning to your art, well, I'm here for it. And I would love you to try my course, How to Paint Loose. But if you're not ready to spend the money on that, then just stick around and use one of the 400 free demos that I have for you. Have a great day and thank you for listening and watching.